And that's why the women will be faking orgasms for you people.
Hi guys, it's your girl Whimsical Amy, and today I have a juicy topic for you. But first, let me introduce my guest. This is
Tiwa says,
my right.
The ugly.
The ugly.
the ugly,
So,
ugly.
Like I said, it's a juicy topic which I am sure you guys are going to be excited for, and I'm going to ask some thought-provoking questions that I want to hear your opinions on in the comments. So my topic today is sex.
Yeah.
Sex. Everybody talks about sex. Everybody says sex. Everybody is doing sex. But do we really understand what that means? I mean, especially in our today's age, if you look at how we are now and compared with 10, 20 years before, this was not something that anybody can just open their mouth and mention. You cannot just say, I'm having so. In fact, it's now called body count. How many body counts do you have? So Tiwa says.
I'm listening.
Okay, so Tiwa says, what do you think is the reason why sex is not an open topic for everybody? Primary school children know what sex is. Very different from how it used to be before.
Okay, well, let me start by saying that there's nothing wrong with primary children knowing what sex is. Sex should start from that age. They should know what is it. They don't have to know the entirety, but at least they should have an idea. It should not be shrouded in secrecy like our own time that nobody wants to talk about it. They will just tell you, don't touch boy. If you touch boy, something will happen. Don't go near girl. Don't talk to you. Don't let any girl boy hold you. Don't let any girl hold you and all that. So there was really no information. So we went in blind. Like we made our own experiences. We found out things for ourselves. We were not told, like, even things as basic as having your monthly period. Your parents, as female, your parents will not talk to you about it. You will just unlike now that you already know that okay, this is what it is and this is how it's going to happen, and then you can talk openly. Then you couldn't even talk openly about it. Just see that blood is coming whatever. They just say you are now a woman, they will kill chicken for you and fry chicken for you, and don't go near boy, that kind of thing. No explanation whatsoever. Not to now talk of sex, okay, long. Nobody's going to discuss sex with you. But times have changed. Times have greatly changed. Technology has, happened. Things have evolved, and then maybe because of learning as well, because our time, we, like I said, we weren't told, so we're deciding. People of our time decided, okay, we are going to do better. We are going to, but even now, people of my age, they are still not telling their children. I don't know what the thing is about sex. People are just, people are, and then it's happening. People are having it. The funniest thing is that the more information, the better it gets, because when you are informed, like those that are having unwanted pregnancies, if they are informed that okay, let's not kid ourselves. These people are going to have sex, at whatever, teenagers or young adults. Let me just say young adults. They are going to have this sex and everyone pass through this stage. That's the thing. Even people of my, we pass through this stage. They are going to have this sex. So why don't you give them the information? If they cannot abstain, this is how you should keep yourself safe. This is what you should do. Have safe sex. If you don't want unwanted pregnancy, this is what you should do. What you should not that. Don't do it. Because they're still going to do it anyway.
True. But do you think that being open about it now today, the way everyone is it better, or is it not more risky? Especially for those that don't have any business knowing about sex.
What do you mean risky?
Like, okay, imagine I've heard stories about, not that they should not understand what sex, but the intricacies. I've heard about 7-8-year-old children practicing what they've heard.
They are not practicing what they've heard. They are practicing what they've seen. Yes. So there's a difference. Because if they were really taught that, this is sex, this is what sex is, this is what happens between a man and a woman, and if they are giving proper education on it, they will know that, okay, it's not for my time, it's not for me.
There's curiosity in children. There's that curiosity.
But there's a curiosity, but there's also a knowing. It depends on the kind of knowledge that you give, that okay, this one is for, this is what happens, and this is this and that. But don't make it, when you try to make something like a big deal about it, something, that's when someone like, I want to know. when you shroud it in secrecy, like, what are they hiding? I want to know that in their hide. But when it is open, it is out there, it is free, like, okay, this is
special.
It's not special. This is what this thing is, and this is how it is to be done. Okay, this is what mommy and daddy, this is what they do to, and that's how they got you, and this is what should happen. This is when you should do it. This is how you should do it. There's information, so they don't really dabble on like when they don't even know what is what, and then they will now see on the TV or on the internet, or they now see people. And the funniest thing, it might not even be internet, it might even be in the house that they are living, the kind of environment. They now see one brother and one sister doing something, or they saw something, and they want to practice it, because children are normal, they are inquisitive. That is their nature. They are inquisitive. Everybody is inquisitive, but children are really very inquisitive. So sometimes when you even see a child doing that, they are doing it out of the innocence of their heart, depending on the degree. Out of the, like, if you see two children holding each other and trying to kiss, it is innocent, because it is what they saw. They are trying to practice. So that is the time to tell them, what are you trying to do? Get information. What are you trying to do? Was that they now tell you, because children will tell you. They will tell you. They will tell you that, okay, I saw Uncle Kiniko doing it, or I'm trying, they will tell you. Then you are better able to give them the knowledge. Okay, no, that is not it. Okay, Uncle Kiniko did it because Uncle Kiniko is like this. No, you shouldn't. It's not for you. That kind of thing. And then, because in this part of the world too, we are not touchy. We are not like that, because giving hugs, it should be a normal thing. If you see two children hugging each other, it should be a normal thing. But then if you see two people, be like, Kiniko, that kind of thing, because we were not raised to be touchy people, like touch people, give people pegs and all that. Those are supposed to be normal things. But even the basic, which is that, we make it seem like, it's a big deal. So,
don't sit with boys next to you, those kind of things.
Don't sit beside 10 feet apart. You cannot hold somebody innocently, cannot hug somebody innocently. Everything is always it's coded. Don't do that. So, and then these people will still do it. They'll go and do it in hiding, and then they'll now be doing the wrong things, the things they are not supposed to do. So it is information, basically, because whether we like it or not, these things are still going to happen. But when they have the right information, they are able to make better decisions.
So, Audrey, what do you think is the mentality, the reason why people are going from waiting to have sex in marriage and now exploring it more fully? They want to increase their body count. So what's the mentality? What do you think the mentality is behind that?
Well, before I proceed, it's a very good question if you ask me. And I would like to give a shout out to our pleasure coach, Tiwa says, for all that enlightenment. And maybe we should go and check out our YouTube channel. She's very good at this.
Oh, the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, thanks for that, Grandma. So I would say this, I believe it's due to westernization and social media, because, we as Africans, sex is sacred. Before the whole Western education came in, before you have sex, you wait for wedding. It's your pride as a lady when you are being disvirgin, if I can say this. I'm going somewhere.
Okay.
It's your pride as a woman then, because if you want to come from the man's angle, if there are no women to sleep with, then you have to marry. Yes, because if you want to, like I said, you didn't let me down. It's your pride as a woman when you get married. Then it's mostly common in Yoruba culture, and then you go in to do the whole sex thing, and the man comes out with a tissue with your blood on it. Yes, that shows that we marry him as a virgin. That's a pride. The shower goes to not just you but your family in general. But I don't think we have that now. So that alone is something we've thrown our culture and beliefs away because of westernization. We want to be like these people. I've met a lot of people. This might be like a little bit diverse. I've met a lot of people that don't like their origin name. They prefer the Western name. Like you see somebody that her name is Tosin, she's like, no, my name is Maini, my name is Winnie, but their name is Tosin. So do you understand? So it just boils down to
Tosin,
that.
I'm talking to Winnie.
Yes. So now people see this Western world, how they do things are not.
And because they are more advanced, I feel like they are better.
I don't even think they are more advanced.
No,
I don't agree with you. I'm sorry. So
okay.
Technology, if you do your history, you will know better. If you do your history, you will know that Africans or blacks are dominating. Because where is Egypt? What is the first biggest empire? If you read your Bible, you know that. But let's not diverse. Let's come back to topic that you asked me. Like I said, it's westernization. What we see is what we adapt to. Now you go on social media, you see half naked women everywhere. I mean, that's the norm. So if they can do it, what's stopping me from doing it? You know, this just brings me to why Muslim or Islam despise Western education. They don't want their people to be educated in the Western way, because if you look at the Islamic religion, they are well covered up and all that. Instead of, before you get into all those killing, start meeting men, they marry you off early. You might not agree, but I think that's why they do it.
I understand the reason.
So you go to your husband's house. When you get to your husband's house, you can be doing that thing that you want to do. And you know, now sex is no longer as valuable as it used to be before. So now the chase has reduced. If you see men out there, men are not really putting in work again to get a woman. If you get what I'm saying, I don't know if you've been paying attention. Like before you can sleep with a woman, you put in work, you wait by the bush, wait somewhere, you know, impress her, do things, go and fetch water for her, break firewood for the father, all that, catch bushmeat and go and give their family first before you give your family. Now all you just need to do is meet a girl in the morning, sleep with her in the night.
So you're saying that because the sex available.
Yes, now there is.
But still, we hear stories about men not wanting their wives to be virgin. Like they don't want. I've heard stories that they don't want a virgin as their wife.
Yeah, some people.
If you check the percentage, it's very. See,
actually
I'm a man and I'm very egoistic. Let me tell you. If I know that this person has slept with my wife.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be somebody you are close to now.
No, yeah, like the idea.
This is what I have seen, what I've heard people say. Like they want the woman to go and feel the pain in someone else and let them.
Yes, because they want an experienced woman. They don't want somebody they still have to be teaching how to kiss, how to. They want, like they say, be a shower in the bedroom and the kinikon in the, you know. So they want a mixture of that. They want their women who to be pleasurable in the other room, to give them pleasure, to be exciting, not the one that they'll be teaching or the one that just lie down there and they do the thing and they go. No, they don't want that. So that's, I know a lot of men have told me that as well. They don't really want that.
Kudos to those type of men. Kudos to them.
All about the men that fine, they want the virgin, but they will go and have the experienced woman outside.
Exactly. They'll keep both.
They will keep both.
So they
this
have
is
their
why-
wife at home and then are
this,
taking their pleasure outside. So
you know,
what's the point?
This is what I'm saying. That sex is
How
now
to
very
teach your
available.
wife that?
I feel like you are here to talk to me, but no problem. For me, I don't mind teaching because I mean I can be like experienced and all. But here's the thing: I feel I already said sex is no longer valuable because everybody's money driven now. People are money driven, so for the right amount, people are willing to do so much. Like
You can hear the music.
so now what is really, you know, to hold a conversation with a woman now and she's not agreeing, they're like, yeah, I will go use 50K, carry your type. I'm sure you've had conversations like that. So it's not supposed to be so, you know, it's not supposed to be so. If you check the rate of, I can call it in this part of the world, where a man and a woman meet up to have a transactional intercourse, it's higher. People leave their 9-to-5 jobs to do that now.
And what I want to understand is, why is it that, yes, we understand being a virgin is wonderful, is pure. Why is it that they don't want a virgin? What is so scary about
Don't say they
virgins?
don't. There's something that comes with like virgins. You know, virgins are, you have to break.
Behind them.
Yes, you have to break that. And a lot of men don't have that patience. Because of they don't, I don't think they want to watch you go through that pain. So they want you to go through that pain with somebody else. But then that's my take though. That's my take. Because me, I'm not sure, for somebody I love so much, seeing you go through that pain.
So you wouldn't want.
I don't know. Just break it, but not with me.
Yeah, but come to think of it, you are saying it like it's like the pain of childbirth. It's not really that. It's not. I don't think it's that bad. And then it depends on how you do it, because I know a lot of men are impatient, especially if you don't know what to do and all that. But I'm not saying that there's no pain involved. And the funniest is that it's not even everybody that experiences pain. It's not everybody that experiences pain. It's not everybody that experiences the bleeding. Because I've had situations of people who got this virgin, but there was no blood, and then for that reason, their partner was like, "You're not a virgin. You're not a virgin." You know, when you are ignorant about something, and most of the time, people in these parts of the world, we are quite ignorant about a lot of things, so we just act based on they said be here, or that this is what they said, this is what my father did, this is what my mother did, you know. But then you need to be fully informed before you take some decisions. So it's not every time, it's not everybody that experiences pain, and then the pain is also is different per person. So it's not like it's so severe, and there are some that are very severe. There are some that, you know, they want to get this virgin and they don't get to do it fully in one day. You know, there are people that is maybe is after 1 week or 2 weeks, because they keep trying because it's so painful.
Well, and if your patience comes in,
yes, and if your partner does not know what to do, is not experienced, or is not patient, or is not, I don't even know, it might make it worse, because it depends on how you do it, how you make the woman comfortable. Because some of the women say is because it's something they are doing for the first time, so they are not experienced, they don't know what to expect, and then they've been told that it's going to be painful, it's going to be painful. So that psychological effect also affects them down there, and they are closed up. So there are lots of things in between anyway. But I know that the pain is not so bad. And then some men don't like it because they feel, oh, it's messy, is this, I don't want to get involved. And then, you know, they feel like this person is inexperienced, she can't give me what I want. They prefer somebody who's been there and knows exactly what to do, how to please them, like that, you know. So I guess that's just it. That's why.
Mama, you mentioned how most people have this sexual understanding because they've heard it here, they've seen it there. But do you think that right now, as of today, that people are more aware of the intricacies of what goes into sex, not just knowing what it is and what it entails? Like, because I feel like we have porn now, we have eroticas and everything. People are reading, but do they actually understand? Because they have expectations, and there's
exactly, there's what you say is that there's fiction and there's reality.
Thank you. There's that.
So even though sex is out there now, everywhere you try sex, but there's still a lot of misinformation, especially now, you know, than before. Because before, no, they were not talking about it, so there was ignorance. But now everybody's saying it, so there's a lot of misinformation. This one is saying this one is saying that, and nobody's really caring to really find out that, okay, this is what it really is. And then you cannot use porn to judge sex, because those ones, they are acting, for Christ's sakes. There are some things that they do there that do not really happen exactly in the bedroom. That's not the way it happens, or that's not the way it should happen. So, you know, it just creates unnecessary expectations from people, and then that's why a lot of people are not satisfied, because they feel, oh, it should be like that, because they saw it that way, that's the way it should be. But and that's not so. That one was just acted for the purpose of, you know, just to catch attention and all. So there's still a lot of misinformation going on now. Even what I said about, oh, they said this, oh, you know, learned beliefs, like that. There's still a lot of, you know, learned beliefs, society beliefs, all that. I hear this, oh, my mom said this, oh, my dad said this, against the real fact itself. So there's still a lot of, even though there's sex everywhere, 2 for 10%, everybody's saying sex, but there's still a lot of misinformation about it.
Listen, I still feel like the olden way of educating people still had more value, because at least
there was
from
no education.
not the education that they'll sit down. Like when a woman is going to get married, there's a period between the mother, if the grandmother is still alive, they would like, this is what you are supposed to expect.
Yes, the education, yes, that does not happen anymore. Yes,
most people learn sex outside.
Yes, exactly.
Not from them. The parents have.
Yeah, even then you learn it. You see, but then when they prepare you for marriage, that's prepare you for marriage. So they prepare you for marriage.
Because they expected sex will happen.
Yeah, so this is what you should do. Some cultures, there are even some cultures who will tell you how to please your man. You know, once you've been betrothed and it's close to you, okay, so they will take you, some they even do fattening room, they will let the woman, she'll be fat or something, and they will teach you, okay, this is how to please a man, this is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do. I don't think they do, or you know,
we don't do
westernization has bastardized everything, so we don't really do much of our culture now. We are imbibing other people's culture, and those other people, they are even trying to imbibe our own culture. It's so funny, you know, we are chasing after somebody, and then they'll be looking at us like, what's wrong with this? We that we are even trying, you know. So we've lost a lot of ourselves to the to westernization, you know. So That's a pity, really. But
So, Audley, what do you think about people say sex, but it's more than just a physical action. There's the intimacy in that, but it's no longer there. Like we get married, and there's a build up to that, and I think that comes from the courtship period and that. But since the courtship period is on, there's not a transactional period. Okay, this is what I'm getting. So that intimacy is missing in sexual relationships. And how do you think that affects couples moving forward?
I feel like you asked me a question and you answered it yourself because I was mostly going to say all of that, but yeah, it affects us in many ways. I'm not going to go spiritual. I'm not going to go health-wise, like what sex can give you, the communicable ones and the non-communicable ones. I will look at this from the psychology part because I don't hate women, just for clarity's sake.
yeah.
Tiwa says has something against me when it comes to that. But I'm going to come to the angle of women. For one, if you have a woman that has slept with 9 men, she's going to automatically have the inability to be faithful to one. Why? Because now there's comparison.
Oh wow.
If you do it with the first one, the second one did it better, then there's a comparison between the first one and the previous one. And now you have like 9 men. That's a stretch. I mean, there is a I don't know how to say this, but there was a study that after five sleeping with 5 different men, there's no going back. I don't know how correct this study is. So now you have.
Sorry. Can I just cut you there, please? Let me just cut you there. As much as I'm not for or against, but let me just give you just one analogy. With that thing you said that, okay, because somebody has slept with 5 men, so 9 men, the person will keep going on. Okay.
I didn't say we'll keep going on.
You said
I said the chances.
Not that the person will be faithful. Okay,
yes, the chances of you being faithful.
Let's look at it like this. Let's look at it as
yeah.
You eat rice at Tasty Fry.
Yes.
You eat rice at KFC.
Yes.
Then you probably eat tantalizers. You're still looking for, but then
you find one.
Exactly.
One good one.
You now say, oh, it's KFC you like, and then you keep buying KFC. So why do you not say because you have tasted KFC, you have tasted Chicken Republic, you have tasted Tantalizer, you keep tasting? When you have found the one that you want, won't you keep? Won't you keep to that? Oh, because this is what suits me. Like. So this is what I like, and then I'll keep eating this. Just a little digression. You can go back.
Right. So thank you for that. But I still believe that, like you said, before you can go and taste tasty fried chicken, take Tantalizer, it shows that you wanted more. You believe that there's still more out there. So I don't think you will stop at that.
There's nothing wrong wanting more. There's nothing wrong with wanting more.
There's nothing wrong, but now
it's just a normal life. Everybody wants. You want something better.
She said.
So if you have not gotten something better, but if you not get this something,
how do you know what's better?
This suits you. But I just said it that you now stick to KFC because I like the taste. I like the taste of their chicken. And you be eating tasty. You be eating tasty.
If you
don't now go say, let me go to. They say there's one place. Let me,
You've tasted it all. You are not going to be satisfied from the angle I'm looking at it from. Because now you've slept with this. There's a comparison. Okay, maybe he knacks better, but he treats you better. Now there is a stretch. There is a problem. You want somebody that knacks better. But then this one treats you better. This one sends more money. Like, I don't know how to explain this, but it's better when you are like with one person and then that's the person you've known than when you have like things to compare it with. Because they say comparison is still out of joy. When you don't try 9 different sizes and you tell me you want to remain faithful to one, how is that? It doesn't make sense.
But I don't get it too. Is it that it's only women that cannot remain
faithful? I was going somewhere.
Men too, we do feel good. I have to say, okay, this one is
why is the men allowed to
stay
faithful?
This one respects me. This one knows how to do it. Okay, this one cries when she has sex. Okay, this one, and then you keep having those variety. But women can have variety. Let me not stress
this because I was going to.
No, that's not the topic.
40 demands ladies first, right? So when I want to speak about ladies first now, it's a problem. I was going to get to the main part. This host that is just and Tiwa says that but it's fine. For men too, it's the same problem they have, But like I've seen illustrations, but I'll just say this: men after like sleeping with multiple women, the ability to like stick to one becomes harder because women live this world. I just have to say that women live this world. So if you don't have that self-control, you are going to have a lot of problems because there's obviously a woman that has a finer face than your current wife, a bigger bunda. For those of you that don't know what bunda is, behind the thing that mounts at the behind of your woman, a bigger front yard, breasts.
If I call him that,
like bigger breasts, bigger, nicer shape. So if you don't have that control, it's going to be a problem. And for you that sleeps with everything you see, now how do you control yourself when you're married? I don't know if it makes sense. So it's not just for the women. The men have their own too. It's just if you lose that control, and I would say the nymphos are exceptional because I think it's a born problem that you have.
Condition.
Yes, it's a condition to just want to have sex. But for you that isn't a nympho, I just feel like you lose that touch. If I'm with you, and for every skirt that passes, I look, I want, then what connection do you think I have with you?
Yeah,
so that's where I'm coming from. Same goes with the women. If they have tried this one, they've seen this one, they always believe there's this thing at the back of their mind that believes that there's something bigger than this one. I want to see it and I want to try it. So that's one of the problems or downsides.
I understand
to it for me.
So there's what was even the question? Intimacy. Yeah,
because
so that's why
exposure to many partners.
You've seen it too much.
No more intimacy between partners. You don't know what to expect because one partner is doubting that you might move on to something better. You don't want to even open up themselves to that kind of person that they don't even know.
Aside doubting, like the satisfaction level is now dropping. Because now, it's not just the human beings now that are not satisfied human beings. We have like other gadgets. So imagine how do you satisfy somebody that is used to a vibrator? You can't match up to a vibrator.
There's no matching up to it.
You can't match up to all these
It's a compliment. You are supposed to use it to. It's not a competition. It's not a competition.
No doubt, but
it's your ally.
Need I remind you that most people prefer these gadgets to humans.
Yes, I saw a post today.
This satisfies me better, so I don't need men.
No,
it depends. It depends. Yeah, people say that a lot, but that's because men have even taken it to be their competition. But I've seen it is supposed to be your man can even use it on you, so you people enjoy it together. Because that's what it's just supposed to be an adult. It's supposed to be a compliment.
Tiwa says.
There's a toy against me. Most men won't like that.
Excuse me now. Which men are we talking about? Is it which men are we talking about?
One will say, they might say, why are you bringing a toy? When am I not enough for you?
That is it now. The men that don't have the understanding, but the men that have the understanding, they know what they are enjoying. Which African men?
Let's be realistic. Most men don't know how to handle. Women see the toys as competition. You understand? Why will you bring a toy? Am I not enough for you?
It's just to add to the pleasure. There's no competition there. The toy does not have head. It does not have leg. It does not talk. You are just supposed to use it while in the air so that you can have better orgasms. Because it has, from research, from my videos that, it's not. Let me even say only 30 or 20%. I mean, it's even up to that of women orgasm through penetration. Yes. So all the other ones, they are just they are just faking orgasms. But these toys, there are some toys that are specific. That there's no how. There's no how that your woman wants to be. She will come with that toy. So you as the man, you are supposed to compliment. You are supposed to use that toy on her and do other things. Not that you now stay back that it's toy that can satisfy. It's not. No, the toy is not the competition. It's a compliment. It's a hard-on. It's supposed to be for you guys. But that's not the topic for today. So let's not digress. Let's not digress.
Yeah, let's not digress. So we're talking intimacy and how too many sexual partners actually affect intimacy.
Yes, they do. They make you lose connection with one another, and then the third party that comes into it too.
So you are struggling intimacy with sex toy. Wow. That even draws you closer to your partner. It even helps you bond better.
Yes, exactly. Because if you're saying, if I as a woman give you a toy, use this on me. There's a level of trust that has to have.
Exactly, a level of vulnerability.
And me being comfortable enough with you
exactly to give it
that.
to you and to tell you that okay, this is the way you should use it, this is how you should use it, and then you imagine you using it on your woman,
And the
and
man
then
is willing
she's
to
receiving
learn.
so much pleasure. Would you not be glad?
That woman will not want to do anything for you.
Let's not digress, please.
Okay, so last question. Like we said most parents nowadays don't communicate sex with their children. So compared to our grandparents and the parents of today, who do you think actually does talk sex when it's time, not as if it's a general conversation, like when a child comes to you to questions with the myopic way our grandparents and the indifferent way our parents are, who do you think does sex conversations better?
Nobody is doing sex conversation. Nobody is doing sex conversation better, because back then they will not even talk about it, and then now it's amazing to know that even parents of now are now shying away. Why would you be doing that? Because we complained about our parents not telling us and teaching us all these things. Now you've been through that and you are better informed. So I would expect that you would do better. That you now speak to your children about these things. And the fact that you are telling them does not mean that because they know about it, they will not go and do something. Is they are not knowing, not even having the right information that will lead them into trouble. That is my own take. So I think we need to do better. We really, really need to do better and talk about these things. And these conversations should start from the home. Don't let somebody go and be teaching your child from outside that okay, actually, this is how it is. This is how
I heard a story about how one of my friends learned what menstruation is from a friend.
Can you imagine?
Like the girl was always mentioning menstruation, and she was like, the girl sent her back to her mom when she asked her, what is this menstruation? So the mom now had to tell her what it was. Like, these are conversations we should be having.
Exactly.
Because nowadays we don't see girls having menses when they are 15. We start seeing them 9, 10.
Yes, so they're having it at
and
9, 10 now.
Imagine a child like that having blood and there's nobody.
It is scary. 9, 10. Imagine, it is scary.
So these are ugly. When did you learn about sex first? Actual sex, or not the sex in the classroom?
Well, me, I learned about sex at a very young age because I had a very spontaneous dad. I'm from a family of 7. Like my dad has 5 boys. It was him and my mom, that's 7. So he was not really quiet about a lot of things. He taught us life the best way he could. So sex was one of the things. And if you check my family now, not just sex though, but like a lot of things. So if you check my family now, you don't find us bringing women with like kids to the house. Until we are married, we don't particularly indulge in So that's one.
Indulge in what? I'm interested.
Are you telling us that? So are you saying that you've never had
unprotected? No, don't put him on the spot. Unprotected
you can put me on the spot. I'm not scared.
Talking about unprotected sex.
Yes, like
because you were educated.
Yes, at a very young age. My dad will not tell. My dad was very vulgar. He will not tell you don't do one. He will tell you protect yourself. That's facts though. But yeah, that's just how I see things.
That is one parent's perspective.
Yes,
you wanted to educate. Good. But the thing about most parents, they don't even want their child to have sex until you are married. That is the scary thing.
There's nothing scary about that.
Do you know the funniest is that, but they had it before they got married. And then you keep thinking that, okay, your time is different. But the time keeps, evolving. Like things keep getting more and more. I don't know if it's worse or better, So if you are saying that you didn't marry as a virgin, you now want your child to marry as a virgin. You want your child. And then if you there's really nothing wrong in wanting your child to marry as a virgin. But then, give them the right information. Don't make it seem like thunder fire. You will go to hell. No, I don't think that's really the way to go about it, to be manipulative about it. No. Be upfront about it, talk about it, but at the end of the day, it is still the person's choice. So don't make it seem like if you don't do it, you are not my child. This is the way, this is how you do it in my family. I don't think that, I think that is manipulation of the highest order just because you are the parent. No, discipline. Your life is different from the child's life.
Discipline someone that you will not put fear in that child.
Exactly. So if somebody is going to do something, let it be that they are doing it because you've spoken to them and they've seen it and that, you make sense. Okay, and I've seen that, okay, this is the way, it's the right way, it's the way I want to follow. Unlike, out of fear, my father my father must not hear, it's
Imagine
so
if
it's about the
someone
parents,
comes to
my
It's
baba, the
about
parents
the
not
parents.
hearing, it's
Imagine-
about not disappointing the parents, not that about you living a whole life yourself.
Imagine after hearing that kind of talk, someone now comes to you with a different angle, showing you how actually nice it is. You get it? Preying on those insecurities, and you now fall into that trap. Will you even be able to go back to your parents after that?
Exactly, you now not
terrified.
be, and that kind of situation now, you not be able to go to your parents, even if you have questions or things, you not be able to go that okay, but if you are confused, like okay, but this, no, because you feel like no, if you go and tell them anything contrary
So
from what they have said, exactly,
who's your
contrary,
friend?
they'll be disappointed or they will scream at you or they will, it's
Generally, I
really,
just feel this
it's not supposed to
generation is
be.
bored. Like people are just so bored because I miss when we were
They didn't have
students.
childhood now. They
I
didn't
swear,
play
you
in
guys
the
don't have
sand. They didn't roll
childhood.
tire.
Yeah.
So every
Tinkle,
corner.
They didn't talk to people on the street. Or like this
everybody, this is
people
their
can
friend.
be living on the same street for 10 years. They've not said hi to each other.
Actually, I have a neighbor like that too.
Oh,
I have a neighbor
or
like
like
that.
before that was before you can even put your child in. So this person knows this person's family, this person knows this person's family. So if you see a child from the
Anyway,
third
so
house
where is
erring,
your
doing something,
parents?
what are you doing? He will even beat you. He will beat you and discipline you and then
the
take
parents
you
will
home.
come and tell you
And the
thank you.
parents will come and say thank you. Try am now.
So why you touch my child?
So you see,
Try am now.
just explain that this generation.
This
is bored.
now, everybody's even
Because-
minding their own business. Nobody.
we
Yeah,
are
it's just-
literally copying the Western because
It's
the
really
Westerners
bad.
don't have
They don't have
values.
values.
They don't have neighbors.
They have neighbors,
There are people
but
that are
they
staying.
don't.
There are people that are living beside them, but they are not neighbors.
They are not neighborly.
Nobody.
They are not neighborly. You know, they just
At that
everybody
stage
just
that
mind.
she
But
was talking
African
about-
culture has never been like that. You know, like they say in African culture that it takes a village to raise a child, and that is the way it was. It's not that it's my child, don't touch. They will, if they see you doing wrong, they will discipline you, even though they are not your real parents. And then the parents, thank you, and and that one too can do that for another person's child, and can do that for another person's child, and everybody looks out for each other, but not now. Now competition full everywhere.
When you hear things about sex before, because when I was younger, my dad says things about sex. This is the next thing you see.
How you come out your eyes?
Everybody-
You yourself.
And then when we
You
watch
may,
TV,
that's
and
gross.
when they are about to kiss,
Cover
Hey,
your
you
eyes.
got your eyes.
Eyes is like this.
Everybody
but
pretend.
14-year-old
You got your eyes.
is comfortably using the PH word in his room. The PH
What's the
site.
PH word?
PH site
Okay.
in his room,
Okay.
like comfortably using it, and no, that's why I said this is where discipline comes in, because at that time or that age, what's in I define for that side, I don't want to see women as everybody na guy to me.
Exactly.
At my own time, because we play together. I don't
Exactly,
see
you
in
know.
that sense. But now
Your
it's
sensibilities are not even to look at that side at all,
different.
But
You're
now,
like I don't know what I'm
No, I
saying.
understand because
But
we
now,
have this exposure.
even
People
10-year-old.
just
It's
it's
too
just-
talked
it's-
about.
Yeah, I feel
too
like
much.
it's too much. It's too much. It's on the screens. It's on the songs. It's
Yes,
on
it's on the
Even if
screens,
I'm
it's-
browsing through my phone, you just saw this nonsense pop
Yes,
up.
they will
and
pop
it's
up, yeah.
everywhere, and it's too much.
the
that's the
more
problem.
reason why information is important, because whether you like it or not, because you can't be everywhere your child is, and then you cannot be in control all of the times, because even if you say okay, you won't give them phones or they won't do this at home, what of when they go out, they will have friends now,
Who are
they
also
will hear,
exposed to
yes,
those
they will
things.
hear these things. So it's better to just give the right information, at the end of the day.
So guys, we have a lot. There's a lot we can talk about in this topic, and we can tear it open. But let's hear your questions. Let's hear your opinions. Comment in the sections. Talk to your friends. Tell them to come and comment. Let them ask their own questions here. Share, like, subscribe. Till we meet again. I'm your host, Whimsical Amy, and
Tiwa says also follow us on all our social media handles at The Eagle Online.
my bros here.
I'll be seeing you.
Is it ugly? Use protection.
Bye.
That's key.